Good afternoon, dear students. I am Amrita Ennar, your chemistry lecturer. In the previous class, we already learned conductometric titration. So, today in this session, we will discuss the Viva questions on conductometric titration of strong acid versus strong base. I think you already know the experimental part of conductometric titration. So, once again, we have to recall the procedure part of conductometric titration. So, let us study one by one. So in the picture you can notice the conductometer device. Okay, observe carefully. So how to conduct experiment means first you have to pipette 50 ml of hydrochloric acid solution into a 250 ml beaker. Okay, this is the first thing. After pipetting HCl, you should add distilled water to a beaker. Okay, once again I will repeat. First you have to pipette 50 ml of HCl solution into a 250 ml beaker and add small amount of distilled water. After adding distilled water, you have to put a conductivity cell or platinum foil in it. In the diagram you can notice here the platinum foil is dipped in a 250 ml beaker containing a HCl and distilled water solution. Okay, this is the first part. I hope it is clearly understood. Okay, the cell is connected to a AC mains. This platinum foil is connected to a AC mains. After connecting this one, simultaneously you have to note down the readings of the conductance of the solution in the conductometer device. This part is very important. Okay, then after noticing a conductance of the solution, that means you have to take that one as a zero reading. Okay, that means before adding NaOH you are noticing the conductance of a HCl solution. This is the second thing. Okay, next coming to a next part of the experiment is take NaOH, sodium hydroxide, in a semi-micro burette. Then add 0.5 ml of sodium hydroxide solution at a time to the beaker containing HCl and distilled water. Okay, once again I will repeat. Take NaOH in a semi-micro burette and add 0.5 ml of NaOH solution to a beaker containing a HCl and distilled water. Stir well by using a glass rod. You have to stir the solution. Then conductance is noted. Okay, it will shows the conductance reading. That one you have to record in your book. Okay, the addition of NaOH is continued up to 5 to 6 readings. Okay, addition of NaOH is continued. That means first you have to add 0.5 ml of NaOH, then add 1 ml, 1.5 ml, 2 ml, 2.5 ml, like that. Take 5 to 6 readings. Then you will get an end point. End point means, that means you must observe there is an increase in conductance of the solutions. So if there is any increase in conductance is observed in while recording, that will give the end point of the solution. Okay, this is all about experimental part of conductometric titration. Okay, so if it is clear, next we will learn the graphical representation of conductometric titration of strong acid versus strong base. So strong acid, here you will take HCl and base is NaOH. Okay, on plotting a graph of volume of NaOH versus the conductance of the solution, that means while plotting a graph in x-axis you have to take volume of NaOH is added and in y-axis the conductance of the solution. Then you will get a two straight line. The two straight line is intersect at a point. That point is known as end point. Okay, this is all about the experimental part of conductometric titration and graphical representation of conductometric titration of strong acid versus strong base. Okay, so next we will move on to a Viva part. So we will learn the Viva questions of conductometric titration. The first question is, When HCl is combined with a NaOH, that means sodium hydroxide, what type of reaction is occurs? Okay. So for this question, basically when an acid is combined with a base, it will produce salt and water. That reaction is known as neutralization reaction. Remember, neutralization reaction means the acid is combined with a base. It will form salt and water. That one is known as neutralization reaction. Next, strong base. Strong base means any base which gives or which undergoes complete dissociation. Okay, that is known as strong base. For example, you can take sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. Next question is how conductance is related to a concentration of the ions. Okay, how means the conductance is proportional to the concentration of the ions in it. In a conductometric titration, majorly the conductance will affect on the concentration of the ions. Remember, the conductance is proportional to the conductance of the ions in the solution. Okay. Next, why conductance is decreases on addition of NaOH to a HCl. Okay. So this is very important. In an experimental procedure part, you will observe that on addition of sodium hydroxide to a hydrochloric acid solution, you will observe there is a sudden decrease in a conductance. Why means during the titration, what happens means the fast moving ions are replaced by the slow moving ions of the slow moving sodium ions. This is the main reason. The fast moving H plus ions is replaced by the slow moving sodium ions. So because of this reason, the conductance is decreases on the addition of sodium hydroxide to a HCl solution. So next we will discuss the conductance, definition of a conductance. So this is very simple. That means any material which allow the flow of current through it is known as conductance. Okay. So the electrical conductivity of a solution is depends on two things. That means it will depends on two factors. The one is it will depend on number of ions present in the solution, and another one is it is depend on the mobility of the ions. Okay, once again I will repeat. Electrical conductivity of a solution is depends on two factors. One is the number of ions present in the solution, and another one is mobility of the ions. Okay. Next, what is the equivalent weight of hydrochloric acid means? The equivalent weight of hydrochloric acid is about 36.45. Okay. The unit of conductance, that means conductance is measured in terms of Siemens, or the conductance is denoted by Simon. Okay, this is the unit of conductance. Next, what is standard solution? Okay, while while doing the titration, you will come across with this word, that is standard solution. Standard solution means it is having a accurately known strength. That means it contains known weight of the solute in a definite amount of the solution. Once again I will repeat, the solution of accurately known strength is called standard solution. Okay, next we will learn the distinguish between a titrant and titrate. While doing a titration, the two word is very important. That means one word is titrant and another one is titrate. Okay, titrant means the reagent of known concentration is called titrant. Okay, and the substances being titrated is termed as a titrate. Okay. Next, what do you mean by titration? Titration means the process of adding a standard solution to a solute. Okay, titration means the process of adding a standard solution to a solute in the solution until the reaction is just complete is known as titration. In a titration, you will observe the two things. One is titrant and another one is titrate. So the titration means the process of adding a standard solution to a solute in the solution until the reaction is just complete is known as titration. Okay. Next, what is the difference between the equivalence and end point in the titrations? While doing a titration, you will learn the two words, that is one is equivalence point and another one is end point. Okay, the point at which the reaction between the titrant and titrate is just complete is called equivalence point. That means titrant and titrate, the reaction between the titrant and titrate is just complete is known as equivalence point. Then end point means it is observed when there is a clear visual change is observed after the reaction between the titrant and titrate is partially complete. Okay, partially complete, then it is known as end point of the reactions. So next we will discuss how do you determine the equivalence point in a conductometric titration. How means on plotting a graph of change in conductance as a function of the volume of the titrant added. That means how you will determine the equivalence point means on plotting a graph of volume of the titrant against the conductance of the solution, you will get an equivalence point. Then what are the factors which will affect on conductance means the conductance, it is majorly depends on nature of the ions, concentration of the ions and nature of the electrolyte. Okay, what are the limitations of conductometric titration? So conductometric titration is having both advantages and also limitations. So first we will learn the limitations of conductometric titrations. So this conductometric titration is not applicable for precipitation titration. Why means in the precipitation titration, if you apply a conductometer device or if you do the conductometric titration, it will won't give a accurate result. That's why because of the formation of precipitation is occurs, so this will not give a accurate result. This is one of the major limitations of conductometric titration. So next one is what are the advantage of conductometric titrations. So conductometric titration is having so many advantages. The one is colored solution can be titrated and you can also used for the analysis of dilute solution and also for very weak acid also you can determine the conductometric, you can use the conductometric titration. This is a advantage of conductometric titrations. So thanks for watching.